Magnificent Seven is the latest remake to hit the big screen, a remake of the 1960s movie, which itself was a remake of the 50s Seven Samurai movie. Taking its cues from the original plot, a group of outlaws or fighters, samurai, whatever you want to call them, are gathered together to help defend this town from just a tyrannical evil man. This time this guy wants their land simply so he can mine it and get their gold, and if he has to kill everybody in that town, so be it. These 7 people, against their sort of moral judgment or their natural inclinations, decide to help this group for a small sum of money, but it's morely to redeem themselves in the bigger picture. They're not all going to make it out alive, but damn, they're going to give a good fight and hopefully save these town people. I generally like Antoine Fuqua's movies. I really like Shooter for some reason. The Equalizer was pretty good. Southpaw was pretty good. Olympus Has Fallen was really quite enjoyable. He does all these good movies. They're never really great, but they are just generally enjoyable and really fun to watch, and the same can be said for The Magnificent Seven. At 2 hours and 12 minutes, it seems a little bit long, but when compared to the original Seven Samurai, which was 4 hours, it's probably a little bit truncated. Most of the movies taken with the setup of this, you get to see the bad man being really evil and bad at the start. He then disappears for a huge chunk of the movie, only to come back at the climax. The first half of the movie is sort of taken with Denzel Washington gathering together his team, his Magnificent Seven, the people that are going to defend this town, and it's showing you a little bit of each of those characters. It doesn't really delve too much into them, just gives you a little flavour of what they're like and puts them all together in a big melting pot. One of the best things the movie does is when it has group sequences with these 7 men, show them sort of galvanising and coming together. They're fun to watch, they're easy to watch, they're nice scenes. Also, the cinematography is really nice. It's got these long wide shots of like the rolling landscapes, beautiful images, and it does add a nice touch to the movie. It's nice to look at. Denzel Washington is the lead in this movie, and as always, he is tremendous. But Denzel Washington, what else do you expect from the guy? The guy is always great. Chris Pratt is his kind of second in line in this movie, and it feels a familiar role. It feels as if some of the comedic touches have been added specifically to suit his performance. But it's still welcome in the movie. It's fun, he's a nice character, and there's a nice redeeming scene near the end of that character. It's one I really enjoyed watching. Ethan Hawke's character unfortunately comes across as a little cliched within the movie itself. There's a part later on in the movie that you can see coming a mile away. It's just foreshadowed so early on in the movie, you just know what's going to happen. Some of the other of the Magnificent Seven aren't really stretched upon, and it's a shame because there's a couple there that are really interesting, probably a little bit more interesting than some of the main players. There is generally 2 big action sequences in this movie. There's one about midway through the movie when the Magnificent Seven arrive at the town and clear out all the bad guys in it just straight away. There's about 20 to 30 of them. And this scene is super tense, it drags out, you know the action's coming, or you suspect it's possibly going to come, but it really draws out the tension and doesn't fire the first shot until it really has to. And when it does explode into violence, this movie is full of blood, it's full of people getting mowed down. The final action sequence, which is pretty long, I don't know how many deaths there are, but there's got to be more in that sequence than there is in any other movie this year. Overall, I'm going to give The Magnificent Seven 3 out of 5. It was a fun, enjoyable watch. Felt a little bit overlong in some scenes, and it felt as if some scenes could have been fleshed out a little bit more. It's not one that I'm going to go back to in a rush. In fact, it's already starting to fade out my memory. I had a good time while I watched it, but it's not got a lasting effect on me. So that's what I thought of The Magnificent Seven. Let me know in the comment box below what you thought of The Magnificent Seven, and I will see you next time on Man vs Film. So thanks for watching that video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you notice on screen, there is 2 more videos that you can click and watch. There is also a large subscribe button at the bottom of the screen if you would like to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time on Man vs Film.